You know, I constantly hear people and they say to me, I don't have enough time in my day. Well, yeah, absolutely, I agree. But have you ever looked at how much time you're actually wasting in your day? How much time gets used for the wrong purposes or just gets wasted? Like, for example, the average person spends about 500 hours a year in their car. I mean, that's a lot of time. That's equivalent to 2 semesters at university. What does the average person do? Well, they sit in their car, they drive to work, and they listen to music that fills their vessel with negative information. Or the 8 o'clock news comes on and they go, well, good day, this is the 8 o'clock news, and we'd like to let you know that there's been a car hijacking, 2 people have been murdered. What's happening here, guys? Your mind, your vessel is being filled with negative information that doesn't serve you. But think about this. It's what we call our mobile university. We get in our cars in the morning, we start driving, and we stick in an educational CD, or we stick in an inspirational DVD. That's going to inspire us, that's going to help us, that's going to make us better. Because what's life about? Life's about waking up today just a little bit better than I was yesterday. Because think about that. If I keep improving, I keep getting better. Remember, success is something I attract by the person I become. So as I become more, so I attract more. So as long as you're growing, and today I'm a little bit better than I was yesterday, what is that saying to me? Well, it's a no-brainer. It's saying, today I get to attract more success. Today I get to be more. Today I get to become more. So introduce that time in your car. Take away the negativeness and bring in the positiveness. Bring in the learning. Bring in the positive. Bring in the information that's going to fill your vessel with good information. Bring in the time that would have been wasted, not necessarily just wasted, but time that would have generally been used to fill your vessel with bad stuff. You're now bringing it in, and you're not filling yourself with bad information. You're using that time to introduce good, positive, developmental information that's going to help you become more. The challenge we have in life, one of the greatest challenges we have in life, is the exposure we have to technology. We're exposed to computers at work, computers at home, television at home, billboards everywhere we ride, radios in our cars. So what happens is we overwhelm ourselves with entertainment and we underwhelm ourselves with education, because it's so easy just to arrive home after a long day at work and drop yourself down in front of the TV and vegetate there for a couple of hours because it's easy. It takes a little bit of discipline to say, I'm going to take a little bit of time out of that entertainment time and I'm going to introduce a little bit of educational time. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to listen to a CD. Maybe watch a DVD. Build, develop, create. As I said earlier, what if it is just an apple a day and you don't eat that apple? What if it is just that one book, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich? And there was one concept in there that revolutionizes your life, that changes your life completely. But you didn't read that book. Are you prepared to take that chance? It's what I refer to as your EVE ratio, your entertainment versus education. The average person is about 500 hours of entertainment to 1 hour of education. All I see is a massive opportunity here for you. Because if you change that ratio and you reduce your amount of entertainment and you increase your amount of education, you're separating yourself from the herd. You're making yourself better. You're making yourself different. You're improving yourself. You're growing your abilities. So how about going from 500 to 1 to 50 to 1 to 5 to 1? So I'm not saying end your life. and give up on entertainment. I'm not saying your life is now over and you are now an educational machine and you will spend. No. I'm saying change the ratio. Introduce more education. Introduce more inspiration. Introduce more opportunities for you to grow your skills, to grow your knowledge, and to apply your knowledge. And just reduce the amount of entertainment. Just reduce the amount of negative, wasted time that either does nothing for you or actually hurts you because it's putting negativeness into your body. So just think about your ratio. Do a little experiment. Go home today and measure. How much time do I spend entertaining myself? And this is the tricky part is you wake up in the morning, the radio's going, entertainment. You go and read the newspaper in the morning, it's entertainment. You drive to work with the radio on, listening to whatever program you're listening to, it's entertainment. You probably spend about a third or 2/3 of your day shooting the breeze with your friends and your colleagues, it's entertainment. You come home, you vegetate in front of the television, it's entertainment. You are spending the vast majority of your day filling your vessel, filling your life with pointless information. So my challenge to you is to go have a look at it. First of all, just have a look at it and say, my goodness, is that how much time I'm actually spending doing it? And then look at ways to maybe not push the snooze button in the morning, but to wake up and invest that 10 or 15 or 20 minutes into reading a book that's going to make a difference in your life. To getting home at night and instead of dropping down in front of the couch, sit and read a book for 30 minutes. Listen to a CD. Pop that CD into your car while you're driving. Use your time more efficiently and more effectively and look to change that EVE ratio. Reduce the amount of entertainment and increase the amount of education. What a golden opportunity to make yourself better, to make yourself different. Why not you? What do you think the most dangerous nation in the world is? Guess people probably go and they choose a Eastern Bloc country or South Africa. Well, I challenge you, the most dangerous nation in the world lives inside us. It's called procrastination. You need to fight that ingrained ability because I could have written a book on procrastination. I was so good at it, I didn't even know I was procrastinating myself. I even fooled myself for a very long time. Are you fooling yourself? Are you pretending to be doing what you need to be doing just to get through your day? Do you get home at night and go, I was so busy today, I cannot tell you, I never had a free moment. Yeah, but I was in unnecessary meetings where I sat looking at my mobile phone with my emails and SMSs and things all day. I spent most of my day being interrupted by people. I've avoided the difficult tasks. I've avoided the really impossible, challenging things in my day. Are you doing the same thing? Are you avoiding doing what you know you need to do because it's hard, because it's tough? Well, how do we break this horrible thing called procrastination? Well, you know, there's that little saying that goes, when you arrive, when you start your day, eat that big frog first. Because once you get that thing out the way, that horrible, difficult, challenging task out the way, the rest of the day is an absolute breeze. Then break things back into bite-sized chunks. Don't allow yourself to tackle your day and look at the things and go, wow, this is really, really difficult and I can't do it. Well, break it back into bite-sized, achievable outcomes that you can actually do throughout the day. And one of the best ways to kind of force yourself to do the things you don't want to do is to bring on an accountability partner. Somebody other than yourself that you're accountable to. And I'm not saying a policeman. I'm saying a friend, a spouse, a colleague that you can say, this is what I'm wanting to achieve. Why don't we phone ourselves? Why don't we phone each other on a Friday afternoon and we say, how did you go this week? How did you perform against what you said you would last week? It's amazing. I have an accountability partner, and we phone each other every Friday. Amazing how much stuff I get done on a Thursday, because I don't want to phone David and say, listen, I've done nothing this week. It puts that extra additional element of, he doesn't really care, but I don't want to go back. I don't want to be the guy that doesn't achieve what I said I'm going to achieve. It does two things. One, it forces me to think about what I'm going to do. And two, it puts a measurement there that at the end of the week, somebody else wants to hear about what I've done. It makes me take that little bit extra action. It makes things just that little bit easier for me to achieve. So try to introduce those couple of ideas on trying to break procrastination, because that's going to make your life a lot more successful. It's going to make you find the time to be able to bring that time into your agenda. Time that you were wasting before, time that you were using to avoid doing the stuff you know you needed to do, and it brings it in and makes it an empowering experience. And now I want us to look at those 4 concepts that I spoke about earlier. We need to look at planning, doing, reviewing, and improving. So what is planning all about? Well, planning is just looking at your goals. I mean, what are you planning? Well, if we look at a global positioning system, it needs 2 pieces of information. It needs to know where you are, and you need to tell it where you want to go. Well, how does that equate to your life? Well, you need to do a self-audit, and you need to have a look at yourself. You need to be honest. And this is the tough part, is the honesty part. What skills do you have? What strengths do you have? What skills do you need to acquire? Because that's all part of the planning process. Because you can't achieve something if you don't have the skills or the ability. But don't let that overwhelm you. As I said before, if somebody's done it before, you can do it. All you need to do is have their recipe. Well, what is their recipe? Their recipe is they acquired skills, they acquired knowledge, they got the resources, etc. they needed. Well, that's all part of planning, isn't it? It's about looking at where I'm at. Okay, I don't necessarily have the skills that I need. So what does my planning entail? My planning entails, where do I get those skills? How do I acquire that knowledge? What do I need to do to grow into the person that I need to be to attract the success that I want? Because success, and this is where most people fall off the rails, is not about pursuing something. Anything you pursue will elude you. Something you become will attract to you. And that's what you need to start understanding. That's what you need to start bringing in to your life, is find out what it is. Look where I am. Plan, build, develop, create a path to acquire the knowledge, the skills that you need. The resources, people. Success is about people. You know, if you have a look at success, success is not about going out and building a social media platform of 10,000 people. Success is about building connections with about a dozen or 2 dozen people. A dozen or 2 dozen people that can make a real lasting difference in your life. So build that into your plan. Find out who those people are, and then build a plan. How am I going to introduce myself to those people? How am I going to build connection with those people? How am I going to bring those people into my life? How am I going to encourage those people to want to help me? Planning is where you build the structure, you build the way, the road, the route. In other words, you've found out where you are, you know where you want to go. Well, that's the easy part. That's your goals, that's your dreams, that's your fantasies. So we know these 2 things. What are we looking to do now? We're looking to build the pathway so we can take ourselves from one to the other. And that's why planning is critical. Why it's crucial is to know where you are, know where you want to go, build the route, identify all the elements that you need to introduce, and how you're going to go about achieving those individual elements. And then the most obvious part, but unfortunately very often the part that's the most neglected, is the do part. Until you get off your butt and actually start taking action every day, of picking up that telephone and going, hi, I'd like to make a connection with you. I see that you can help, that we can help each other. Nothing's going to happen. So you need to actually commit. It's called the law of Goya. Get off your butt. Until you get off your butt and you actually commit to take action daily, consistently, persistently, something amazing is going to happen. Nothing. Take action consistently, persistently, and the world opens up to you. Anything becomes possible to you. But have a plan. Know what you want to do. Do it. And then the third part of the whole process comes in. Review it. So you need to be doing it. But what happens if you're doing things that are not aligned with the outcomes that you want to achieve? Well, you're going to pretty much not get to where you want to go. So you need to take action, but you need to be sure that you're taking the right actions. So daily, sit down, 5 minutes, have a look at the stuff you've done. Has it delivered the results you expected? If it has, keep doing it. If it hasn't, review it. Do it differently the next day. Do it better. Find other people, other resources to bring in to help it go better the next day or the next week. At the end of the week, you really got to review where you're going. You've got to go take a critical look at what I've done this week. Has it delivered the results that I wanted it to deliver? If it has, keep doing it. If it hasn't, change it, adjust it, revise it till it does. And most certainly when a whole month's gone by, I mean, how much is enough time? You know, how long should you spend in grade 1? 12 months, I guess. How long should you spend before you start reviewing your actions and really looking at, are my actions delivering the outcomes that I want? Well, I think a week, a month is really too long. But by the time you got to a quarter, you really got to be sure that the actions that you're taking are completely aligned with the outcomes you want to achieve. Because if they're not, you're going to get to the end of the year and it's going to be another one of those years where you set a New Year's resolution, you started for a month, petered off by February, and nothing happened. Whatever gets measured gets done. If you keep measuring, you keep reviewing, you keep testing, you have an opportunity to congratulate yourself, to reward yourself, to say, well done. And the more you see things going the way you want them to go, the easier it is to keep taking the actions, because I feel, wow, the stuff I'm doing is delivering results. It's making the progress. I'm making the progress that I want to be making. Versus, well, I don't know, I've got to December and I kind of did stuff and I'm not sure. Measure it, test it, review it. The results will speak for themselves. And finally, the most important part is, it's no good reviewing it and saying, oh, these actions aren't working, I give up. No, review it, and if it's not working, change it. Well, who's to say the changes are going to deliver the results? Well, we don't know. But then we review it. And if they're delivering the results, we keep doing it. If they're not, we change it. So it's a simple process of plan it, do it, measure it, review it, test it, adjust it. It's a process. Just keep doing that. As you keep doing that through the year, it's unbelievable the results that you can actually achieve. I know inside you is a genius. I know inside you is a pent-up person that is waiting to burst out, that is waiting to become the success that you deserve. Why not you? Why not try to introduce the system into your life? Why not say, this is going to make a difference to my life? What have you got to lose? You've got so much to gain. What if it is just these 4 principles? What if these 4 principles are finally going to deliver the level of success, the kind of future, the kind of dreams that you've held your whole life? I want you to take these invitations, bring them into your life, try them, explore them. All you can do is invite success into your life. All you can do is become better. I challenge you to try them. Thanks so much for your time.